On my channel, many things have happened in 2014. I started the channel, I got into animating, I found new YouTubers, I collaborated with other YouTubers, and so on. Since the year has come to an end, I'm going to count down my personal 5 favourite videos of 2014 which I made. I'll be basing my list on the actual quality of the videos, not on how much of a part they play in my channel's history. Therefore, my first video and my first animation will not be on here, because let's face it, they're both terrible videos. Number 5. The Seesaw. The Seesaw was my first ever storytime video. Unlike some of my other first ever series videos, this one was actually good. The first episode of the Coissac adventures was awful, but the Seesaw was actually a well-made video. Although my acting has changed since, and my newer videos are better, I was into it even on the first video. So the actual video is a true story that happened a few months before I started my channel. It's a simple yet entertaining story of 2 kids falling off a seesaw. Thanks to this video, Storytime was born, and now it's one of the main series on my channel. Number 4. End of the World. This is another Storytime video, however this one is a made-up story unlike the Seesaw. Being episode 4 of the series, many things were better about it, including my acting, art, a less shaky camera, and so on. This is a story of some aliens which visit the Earth sometime after it mysteriously got damaged and wiped of life. It also follows the research they do to find out what really happened to it. Video also has an unspoken moral to it. Don't be stupid. Number 3. Leopards in the Snow. This is an episode of the Coissac adventures, and it's also the first video on which I had a deadline to finish it on. I started animating it at the beginning of December, which meant that in order to finish the Christmas special in time, I had to kind of rush the ending, but it still turned out good. Releasing it on Christmas Eve, this episode is the story of how Coissac gets a new addition to the zoo Christmas Eve. The addition is 2 snow leopards. However, they escape, and Coissac and Cheesefingers have only a few hours before they ruin Christmas or the government shoots them. Number 2. Johnny. Another Storytime video, and it's also a very well made one. It was also my first ever video to fully use background music, which really brought the atmosphere up in this one. Johnny was a ghost story I told my friends while we were on a school trip to Holland, and as soon as I got home, I couldn't wait to make this video. So the actual video was a story of our first night on the ferry to Holland. It was the night on which I made up the classic tale of Johnny. And at last, number 1. My favourite video I made in 2014 is a fruity fail. Out of all my videos, a fruity fail took me the longest to make. However, the month and a half I took to make it have paid off in this video. From all my other videos, I improved loads in this one. The mouth syncing was better, the storyline, the quality and the art improved, I didn't rush it, I improved the jokes, and it had a well-designed villain. As hard as it was, making this animation was incredibly fun, and it went top spot on my top 10 videos of 2014.